Hey, how are you? Just wanted to come today and kind of tell you about my Dark Night of the Soul experience. And hope that it'll help somebody. I know everybody's journey is different, but I just wanted to share mine so you can kind of get an idea of what it looks like. And hopefully you'll be able to be willing and open to go into it. But before I get started, let me read something to you guys. Just something I wrote, just wanted to share. It's raining, it's snowing, and who would have ever thought I would have the opportunity to let freedom ring so deeply into my soul with so much excitement that I couldn't wait to get outside and let others experience my freedom. I can feel the elevation of my vibrations that illuminate so clear and precise from my soul to the top of my head and vibrates so brightly to others that it makes them uncomfortable, but yet still curious. It's me, I say. It's me, trying so hard to prove that I'm still the most genuine, nice, kind, caring, sweet person that you probably would ever meet, but still not caring what they see because the only person that matters is God and what he sees and thinks about me. So I position myself, flat foot, arms open, chest and head held high, looking to the sky and always receiving what has been given to me. It's me. I'm me, I shout, but only to myself to prove and motivate me that all I need is me. All I have and all I have outside of God is me, and that's good enough. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. But my Dark Night of Soul experience, it started, ironically, the irony about it, it started at the end of October. I think it was like the 21st or the 23rd. I had moved into a new place, and I had a housewarming / Halloween party. That was the thing because it was right around Halloween. And so I invited people that I felt like were a vital part of my life, or just people that I met with that I clicked with at some point in my life and like kind of admired, or I don't know, I just felt like I could invite them into my space and it would be cool. So I had people over. I can remember setting up the party, getting everything together. It was so easy. Like everything was great. Like I didn't have a bad feeling about anything the day of. Decorated. Everything turned out great then. And then the party came that night. So that night, if anybody knows anything about me, it is that I get real nervous when I have people over in like parties, because like I'm kind of like a perfectionist when it comes to that, because I want to make sure that everybody is having a great experience. I like to create experiences for people. And so, of course, I was just like rambling around trying to make sure everybody was good. But like even during that time, like everything just felt so weird and eerie. Of course, it was Halloween thing, so you kind of had like dim lights and everything. But the energy in the space was so heavy and so interesting, and it wasn't a good heavy energy. And like I could see people out the corner of my eyes, like just kind of like making faces. People just feel like they can say whatever. And I kind of felt like, I'm sharing this space with people because I felt like you guys were worth coming into my space. But anyway, so the party progressed. I didn't really enjoy myself. I didn't have any pictures. Like I took 0 pictures. I don't even know what went on or whatnot. So everybody left, and then the next day, that after they left, I was just feeling like so bad. I was just like, this was a waste of time, a waste of money. Like, why would I do that? Why would I put myself through that? Like, I'm never gonna do that again. And so like I went, I can't remember if it was that night or the next morning. I can't remember. But like I had a strong feeling just to get off social media. I was like, man, I don't like these people. These people are fake. Like, and when I say these people, I use that loosely. It wasn't everybody. But I was just like, I don't want to see nobody. I don't want to be a part of this social media fake world. And so I got off and haven't been back on since. I kind of went back periodically, I just started within the past couple of weeks going back and, I don't know, logging on for a couple of minutes and getting off. I might do it once a week, but it's still the same thing, so I don't really stay on long. So I did that, and then I started during that time reevaluating the people in my life. And man, when you start doing that, like, you really sit back and like, man, I feel like I'm growing into a new space, and like most of these people can't go with me. And it's a hard thing to grasp, because I don't like losing people. And some of these people have been in my life for 5+ years. Majority of them have. Yeah, just about all of them have been in my life about 5+ years. And so I build relationship and bonds with these people. But I knew in my head and I knew in my heart that I was moving into a different space, and a lot of these people couldn't come with me. And so I battled with that. So that was the first thing that I battled with as far as like assignment for my Dark Night of the Soul. So I just kind of went back and forth with that. You know, finally I've come to the conclusion today of, you know, who I want in my life and who I don't. Still working through a few as far as not feeling bad or feeling guilty. But overall, man, I mean, I'm ready to receive what God has for me, and all that other stuff doesn't matter. Anyway, so November came. I think it was the beginning of November, and during that time, my friend, you know, he was the only one like coming around, and my family still was around and whatnot, so I was talking to them, but I was mostly just in isolation period. After that, I had started reading Tabitha Brown, Feeding the Soul, or Feeding My Soul. I'm sorry, I probably got that backwards. And when I started reading that book, every time I would read the book, so she kind of just talks about her journey and her spirituality with God. Doesn't really reference like Bible verses or anything in there, but every time I would read her book, I would feel I would feel like such a strong urge to go read the Bible. And I haven't read the Bible in years. I hadn't opened up a Bible, so much so I had to go dig for the one Bible that that I do have, and I had to go find it. Like, I didn't even know where it was, and I had just moved, so that was one thing that I hadn't even put out. So that's how much I didn't read the Bible. Like, I wasn't reading it online. I don't have any Bible apps or anything. But I just kept on reading the Bible and reading the Bible. And like, every day since then, I've been so driven to find out who God is now. Or to get I know who he is. Let me just get a better understanding about who he is and how that relates to him, how he relates to my life. Because that was a thing over the years that I kind of just shied away from that, because I didn't really know and I didn't really believe. And throughout the years attending church, I feel like I wasn't taught how to receive God and how to receive him personally for me and what he can do for me. It was always just a generalized concept of God. So I started to read the Bible, and things just started to change. Like, I was just more vibrant, more alive. November was cool. There was a neighborhood cat, which comes around now, that, you know, he came around. He was kind of my comfort, or has been my comfort during this time. A random cat that I don't even like cats. Well, I didn't like them. Never wanted them for a pet or anything like that. But yeah, and then December came. It was the first week of December. Just still going through the process. And one day I just said, you know, let me go to the lake. No. I said, let me read a book. I was just looking for a book to read. So I started reading The Alchemist. Beautiful book. If you haven't read it, please read it. It is such a wonderful book. It is such a great perspective starter for, I believe, people going through this journey. Like, it just puts everything into perspective. And I feel like if everybody, when they start going through this, could read that book and even reread it for people who have read it before. But when you're going through this journey of this spiritual awakening, you're going through the dark night of the soul, reading that book just put it just opened up a lot of things. So I read that book. I read it in a day and a half, and I'm not a reader. Just started to become a reader. And that changed everything. So the next day, after I started reading that book, I think it was like a Sunday, I went to the lake, and I was literally the only one out there. It was freezing. It wasn't freezing cold, but it was cold enough. So like, I brought my book, I had brought my blanket, my chair, and like literally I went to a space where like nobody was there but me and the water, and it was the most beautiful experience. And I finished reading The Alchemist, and I don't know, and I was just driven to take my shoes off and go into the water and just feel the vibrations of the water and feel the earth and feel for the first time in such a long time. Yeah, I had really forgotten what it felt like to feel. Okay. So I went to the lake. I did that, spent hours out there. Yeah, I came home and I felt like, yes, I'm renewed. Everything's great. I had a wonderful experience. And then I had gotten into it with my friend, and no. I'm sorry. So I went to the lake, and I think the following weekend, I was like, man, I just need to be by myself. I just need to go do something because I'm still just doing for other people. So I was in a great space, feeling great. So I went to my favorite brunch spot. So I went there, had an amazing time, had my favorite food, the same food that I eat all the time when I go there. Avocado toast and potatoes, had some mimosas, watched the Dallas Cowboys game on my phone, and like just had a whole vibe by myself, enjoyed it, sat outside. The weather was beautiful. And I was like, man, this feels good. This feels good. And I knew then that I was fulfilled. But I kept on pushing and pushing and pushing, like, man, I need to do something else. Seeking and chasing for another feeling or another high when I had just received everything that I had needed. In that space that God, He had given me everything that I needed. So I looked up a random bar in the area. So I went to the bar. It's like a tavern, very small. I got there, the Cowboys game was still on, so I was gonna watch the end of the game. I got there, and I was the only black person in there. Just to say that. So I was black, and I was a black woman in a space where there was all white people. And not saying that I don't get along with white people. You know, I get along with white people. But I went into the space, and I knew I felt uncomfortable in the space. But there again, I forced myself to be in there. So I sat there. And in my head, like, just to be completely honest, I was like, y'all, in a space like this, I was like, you're not going to make me feel uncomfortable about somewhere where I know I can be. Like, you're not going to force me to leave. Like, just doing stupid stuff, knowing the guy that already said, girl, go on, get up and go. But I stayed, and I stayed the whole time, started talking to this man. I mean, he was white, of course. And we just had like casual conversation. He was talking about his family, you know, and I was just kind of talking about me and my family or whatever. So we had like a really cool bond. So we had been talking. We were inside at the bar, and then we decided to go outside to finish talking. And so at one point, which you should never do, you know, I was like, I need to go to the restroom. So I left my drink and I went to the restroom, and then I came back out. And like when I came back out, you know, I'm expecting like, you know, to go back and finish the conversation with the guy. But he had left from the table that we were at, and he started talking to a group of gentlemen over there. So I was like, you know, I came out and I made contact with him. And the crazy thing was that it seemed like he ignored me. Like, it was like I was invisible, like we had never had a conversation. And I was just so thrown off about the experience that I was just like, oh, okay, well, I guess I'll leave. But it was just weird. And so I left and I went to the gas station. So everything that I remember all of these things. So I went to the gas station, got what I needed. I had drank probably like three drinks. I think two drinks at the bar. And so, and I'm a drinker, like, well, I was a drinker, like heavy drinker. Like I could have drank most people, I can, if I still wanted to drink most people under the table, men or women. And that's nothing to brag about, just trying to put things into context. And so I went to the gas station. As I was pulling out of the gas station, something happened. I don't know if I hit, I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't know if I hit, oh, sorry about that. So I came out of the gas station and something happened. Like I can remember getting in the car and driving. When I was driving towards the freeway, because it was right off the service road, the gas station, and I guess I hit something. I don't know if I hit a curb or something, and I lost control. And so when I lost control, all I remember that I saw was the wall that I was going straight towards. So like in that moment, like I knew I was finna hit that wall. Like I was gonna hit it. Like it wasn't any doubt about it. And so when I knew that, I calmed down and I kind of like just like, it was almost like I surrendered to the situation. So I like just sit back and I was like, took a breath and like just sat back, and then something happened, like the steering wheel jerked, and yeah, and I didn't hit the wall, and I went on about my night. I don't know what happened. It was like I literally blacked out. And it was only one other time that I can remember blacking out like that, and not conscious of what was going on when I was driving. It was only one other time. So I don't know if I drank too much. I don't know if somebody put something in my drink. I don't know. It's still a mystery to this day. So yeah, that's real too. So I left that space, still didn't know what happened. Woke up the next morning, still didn't know what happened. Still don't know what happened till this day. All I know is, I'm still alive. So all praises be to God, man. But I really believe and know that experience was to open my eyes and know that, number one, God wasn't playing. And number two, to realize, the goodness of God and how he saved my life that day. Because I know I was going to be out of there. And as I tell this story to my family, it was the only people I really told this to, like, I was going to be out of there. And the crazy thing was, it wasn't only that I was leaving the gas station or leaving from that bar. Like, I was about to be on my way when I left the gas station to go do some crazy stuff. Like, I thought I was going to go charge somebody up about something that didn't even matter. And that's out of character for me. Like, I let people do what they gonna do. But yeah, so that happened. And since then, man, God has been good. Like, I have stopped going to certain places. I don't drink as much as I used to. Like, it's just a lot of things are not like what they were. It's like almost I'm a new person, but like not a new person. I'm still the same person. Like I'm still, the most caring, humble person around, but like it's just everything changed. And I don't do things the same. I don't hang around the same people. I don't go to the same places. Like, I used to be a person who go out all the time, like going out happy hour and kicking it all day and all night was my thing. Like, I would do that multiple times a week. Drink multiple drinks in one night. Like I say, I could drink I can, it's easy for me in one day or night to drink like 10 drinks and be fine. And that's nothing to brag about. Like, I'm not bragging about that at all, because that's not cool, especially for my body. But now, yeah, I'm not that person anymore. And I'm still, now don't get me wrong, I'm still going through this dark night. I think I'm kind of at the end of it because, man, and when you go through this process, God speaks to you so much. Like, it's like he's told me like so many things and revelations that I need to do and things that I should be doing and places that I should be going. Like, it's just weird. It's just crazy. And so I'm just grateful for this experience. And I just want to let anybody who's going through this experience know, like, it's going to be okay. You're going to come out. It's not worth going back. I tried it and I almost died. It's not worth going back. Because when God knows that you know better, like, he gives very little leeway for you going back and making those same mistakes again. Like, I literally almost lost my life going back doing stuff that I know I shouldn't have been doing anymore. So I just want to encourage you to keep on going. When you don't know what to do, when you don't know what to say, just ask God for help. Just say help, God, so that you can make it through this journey, because I promise you, the way my soul feels, the way my heart feels, the way my world has changed, like, it's the best thing that's ever happened to me. And so, I'm here for any advice. So yeah, may mercy, love, and peace be with you in abundance. I love you.